here at the start of his UK tour. Gene, welcome to the UK.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
And in fact, it should be welcome back, shouldn't it? Because you were here last year.
Right, we were, and it is a pleasure to be back.
Yeah,
it sure is.
Good. Now, you've been in country music a long time. I think your first big hit was back in 1975, wasn't it?
Exactly, yeah. That's when I got my first major recording contract with Capitol Records, a song called Love in the Hot Afternoon.
How did that come about? I mean, how do you get a major recording contract? What were you doing beforehand?
Well, before I got into the music business full time, I worked on cars. I was a paint and body man, and working on wrecked cars, and I worked in the clubs at night and on weekends, and a couple of guys heard me like the way I sing, so they took me to Nashville, and we recorded some songs and came back, and the first one we released got into the national charts, and it got Capitol Records' attention. So they waited to see what my next one was going to be, and it happened to be Love in the Hot Afternoon. Yeah. And the song took off down in the south central region of the States, and they flew into Houston, Texas, and signed me to a long-term recording contract, re-released the song on Capitol's label, and that's how it all began.
You make it sound so easy. I mean, how many years were you sort of playing the clubs? Because you're from Texas, aren't you, originally? So,
right.
You know, how many years were you playing the clubs in Texas before you got that big break?
Well, quite a few. But then again, it was that easy for me because I wasn't looking for it. I was content with working on cars. I love cars, and that's what I figured I would always be doing. And playing music was something I was always going to be doing because I've been doing it all my life. Yeah. And the one thing that I never dreamed I'd be doing is making records, you know. So it was a good thing to happen to me. But I had out like three pretty good hits before I ever quit working on cars. Yeah. And finally, after about the third one, well, I went to Nashville and then went out on the road full time.
Yeah. So you actually started out in a similar way to how there are many people in the UK doing country music. You know, they've got day jobs. It might be working on cars. It might be something else. But they love doing their music at night, and that's just how you started out, isn't it?
Yeah. It's and I think a lot of them that their intentions are to get into the music business. That's in the States what we call paying your dues. I mean, you've got a day job and you stick with it until something happens in the music business, because so many times it don't.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't just give up everything, although a lot of people do. In the States, they move to Nashville going to be a superstar, and you know, a lot of them don't. But that's what you do. That's what you call paying your dues, is get a day job, work a day job, play music at night and on weekends, and every chance you get, and try to make something out of it.
When did you decide, you know, after having that big hit, when did you decide then, okay, music's what I'm going to do full time, you know, I don't need to be doing cars anymore?
Well, you know, that's a good question, because I did think about it real hard. I knew of so many people that had recorded and got a hit, and then within 2 years you didn't hear of them no more. And I didn't want to be a flash in the pan. You know, I didn't care nothing about being a superstar, but if I was going to be in the music business, I wanted to at least be consistent. So I thought about it, and I said, well, you know, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it everything I've got, and then if it works, good, and if it don't, at least I'll know, you know, that I tried. And lucky for me, it's been working now for quite a while.
36 years, I'm counting. It's certainly not a flash in the pan, is it, really?
No, it's been good to me, and I couldn't have done it all by myself. Of course, I have been extremely lucky in the fact that every label that I ever recorded for gave me the leniency to pick my own material. I've always picked my own songs that I recorded. In fact, I've picked most of all the players on the sessions and all that, worked up my arrangements and all that stuff. So I've been pretty lucky, but the one thing that determines it all is the fans. You know, the people that go out and buy the songs, that come out to watch you work, and hopefully they'll enjoy you. And I've been extremely fortunate in the fact that my fans have been so loyal to me and stayed with me. And I always sign autographs after every show, you know, where time's permitted. I go out and try to shake as many of them's hand as I can and sign autographs and take pictures and all that. And I still do that. I've always done it my whole career, and I still do that for all the fans.
Oh, Carmen, I've had too much tequila. Between you and this Mexican moon, I'm gonna fall. El Paso lady, you're driving me crazy. In a language I don't understand, you said it all. Dusty old Juarez on the old Rio Grande, it sure is handy if you need a friend. I don't belong here, your dark eyes keep warning. I'll leave in the morning, but for now please let me in. Oh, Carmen, I've had too much tequila. Between you and this Mexican moon, I'm gonna fall. El Paso lady, you're driving me crazy. In a language I don't understand, you said it all. Crossing over the border, stepping over the line, drunk on yesterday's wine, and still feeling the flame. The guitars keep playing a song that I've never heard. Without saying a word, you keep calling out my name. Oh, Carmen, I've had too much tequila. Between you and this Mexican moon, I'm gonna fall. El Paso lady, you're driving me crazy. In a language I don't understand, you said it all. In a language I don't understand, you said it all.
It's Gene Watson and Carmen, and Gene Watson touring the UK at the moment. I saw him last night at the Leeds Irish Centre Super Show. He sang that one, and in fact he says he gets that one asked more than any other song he gets asked to do when he comes over here to the UK. And I think that's interesting because I think quite a few UK artists have picked up on that song, and one of those occasions where the US artist probably doesn't know which songs of theirs are being picked up here in the UK, but that's one of his most popular here in the UK, and he's started doing it now on his UK tours. We'll hear more from that interview with Gene Watson a little bit later on.